Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. These are the language arts file folder games that I want to share with you. I already shared our math file folder games and I will link the video down in the description box for you. I also have some science games, but I have in mind to make a couple more, so as soon as I have those done, I will share them with you. These two games are games that came out of a book that's for to make games out of the pages. I just turned them into file folder games, not just games. This one is called Word Match, and it's simply to learn sight words. It's kind of like bingo, but not exactly. It's just following a little bit of the same concept. So you have this list, and then you have these words to call out. And when you call out a word like duck, you can find it here and put the word down, and you can play like that. Or you can do that as the parent, and then have the child look for the word in those flowers, and then you can place a counter on the word when the child finds it, or the child can have little counters, and then as soon as they find a word, they place a little counter or a chip or anything down. Or you can hand them this little card, and then when they find the word, they'll put it down like that. Yeah, you can play this game maybe 2 or 3 different ways. It's kind of fun. And then this one is a little long to explain. I'll just show you what you need, and then I'll show you the instructions that are on the back of the cover. So you need this to like boards. And then you have this stack of cards right here. These are all the words that you need. As you can see, they have different colors on the bottom, like orange, green, and yellow, pink as well. And so you have the stack of words facing down like that, and you take out a word, and then this is your board right here. You have to put it down the correct color, and then you have to try to find the match for that word. He'll show you what you need for each player. So you need that for each player. And then here are the instructions. Let me focus it there. So you can pause the video and read it if you want. That's the rest of the instructions. And it's also a game to learn sight words, as you can see. This game you saw in my math file folder games video, because it's a game that you can play any way you want to, for any concept, any subject, anything. And I made this myself with construction paper, and I made the same for all the other nests. And then I googled an image of an egg. I just wrote egg clip art, and I just copy and pasted 20 times in a software page. I use Word, I believe. And then I just printed out on cardstock and laminated it. That's it. And so I left them blank. That way you can write on it with a dry erase marker. And for the nest, I laminate with contact paper, so you can also write on it. For contact paper, you need to use a damp cloth after a while to start cleaning it, because the words, they erase, but you see it remains a little stained. But if you have a damp cloth or a wipe, it will clean right off. No worries. So here are some examples I can think of before I recorded the video. You can sort phonics, like you can do phonics just like beginning sound, like for letter B or for letter T, and then you have words that start with B and other words that start with P or T, anything, and use all the nests. You can use one side or 2 or the top ones, whatever you want. In this case, I decided to sort long vowel sounds and short vowel sounds, and then you simply have some words that you can sort. So this is a long vowel sound, and then the child would sort them. There's another long vowel sound. Let me see what else. This is short vowel sound, and so on and so forth. And then you can sort ending sounds or word families, like tap. This is a short vowel sound. This is at, so mat. Cat goes in at, and so on. I think this one I'm meant to go here, and this one's meant to go there. Anyways, you can also sort things like nouns and verbs. You can do adjectives, articles, and so on and so forth. So you will sort this. It's a noun. Come is a verb. Go is a verb. Table is a noun. And you can continue doing that. Also, you can sort settings and characters. You can sort. You can use it for science, and you can sort animal. You can do animal classification like mammals, reptiles, amphibian, fish, and so on and so forth. And then this little X, you can write down the names of the animals. You can do all kinds of things with these, to be honest with you. You can even do letters, letter of the day, and do A, T, B, D, C, M, and then you can write them down in uppercase, and then you can write them down in lowercase here, and then they have to match. So you can adjust it to your child's level, concept, subject, anything you want. So I love that file folder game. This one is kind of with the same idea, but it's meant to be used for words that sounds the same, but they're spelled different. And I got this little igloo printables out of a file folder game printable, but I didn't use all the printable. These I Googled myself. And these are some ideas I can think of playing this game that I kind of made my own version of it. So I looked for some images online of some animals, like Arctic animals, and a little Eskimo person right there. And then you can write down, you can play the way that the principal says, write down words that spell different, but they sound the same. And then the child will pick one of those little guys and then place it on the correct igloo with the correct spelled word. And then that little, seal is going to live in that igloo. You can, do the same like that, like I'm showing here. Excuse me. And then another thing you can do is you can write side words. Like right there, I wrote the word to. You can write another side word. I don't know, like who. And then you just kind of do a bingo game. Of course, you will use all of the little igloos. And then you tell your child, place the penguin on the word to. And then she'll pick the penguin, and then she'll place on the word to. And then place the orca on the word who. And then she'll look for the word who among the other words, and then she'll find it and place that there. And then last but not least, the other idea I came up with is when you do spelling, you can have a spelling list, like how do you call it? Spelling list check, or a checklist of spelling words. And then you write them, like scramble the words, like this word would say make. And then tell her, this is the list, and you have to find the word in each little igloo and write it correctly. So she'll start with the word make. Forget that. And then she'll look for the letters that can spell that word. And when she finds that, she'll say, oh, okay, so these letters make the word make. So she'll write it down correctly, make sure the spelling is correct, and then she'll come here in the check mark. Or in a binder, a notebook, or maybe a spelling workbook that you may have, or anything like that. So you can play this game any way you want to. Again, you don't have to make little igloos. You can use this little nasty file folder game as well. And then last but not least, I have this character and setting stories, and I just used some washi tape and some color paper, and I just wrote on it with the marker. And then I went online and I looked for some characters. If you look for characters and settings printables, you're gonna find many, but I didn't find anything that I liked, so I kind of made my own. And I always preferred real pictures, like real people, real animals, But in this case, in this particular activity, I preferred cartoon images, but they still look realistic, as you can see. Simply because I didn't want my daughter to get distracted with a person or a character that looked similar to someone, or anything like that. So I looked for little images. It was a little hard to find. I think I wrote children clip art, and then I wrote realistic images of kids and realistic cartoon. I just had to find so many through so many pages until I found some. And I didn't find many adults. I think these are the only adults that I have. I have many kids and many animals, many realistic animals. And then for settings, I look for images that I wanted, and then I make them the same size using software. I think I use Word for this one. And I'll show you really quick. So I have a city, a boat, a museum, a church, campsite, a tree house, the clouds, a birthday party, an island, a neighborhood, the beach, a cave, the forest, a waterfall, the grasslands, the farm, the mountains and the river, the school, desert, a playground, under the sea, swimming pool, grocery store, and a lake. So, and then I look for these printables, but you can totally do this yourself just with a blank sheet of paper, and then write settings and character on one side and on the other side. And then you can leave this blank, and then you can have the child, you can mix all this together and have the child sort. Say, this is a setting or a character. Okay, this is a setting. You can give them characteristics of a setting and characteristics of a character, and then they'll know how to sort it. So they'll sort like that. Or you can have them pick some settings that they want, maybe a swimming pool and maybe a playground, and then they'll pick a couple of characters that they want, maybe a little girl with a mom and dad or whatever, and then a little friend that she met at the park or at the swimming pool, and then she'll make up her own little story. Or you can write down, this is like for more advanced kids, you can write down like pick 5 characters, no adults, and it has to be 2 animals. Pick 3 settings, cold, far, and big, and then she have to sort the settings and the characters, and once she finds them, then she can make up her own story and then write about it on her binder or notebook or anything. So that's it for the file folder games. You can make more activities with this one as well, but these are some examples that I can share with you now. This video became a little much longer than the math file folder games, but I really wanted to share the ideas with you so that you can maybe recreate them. I do have a printable for this ones. I have it in a Word document, and I'll be happy to share them with you so that you don't have to spend 3 hours looking for all these images like I did. So let me know in a comment down below, or you can send me a private message with your email and I'll send it to you. No problem. So that's it for this video. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.